to use listening skills and speaking skills to explain grammar structure, grammar, and we should use our speaking in order to make our students listen and realize what they see, for example, and what we are explaining for them.
Okay, very good. Okay, who would like to finish, to continue? Okay, Mariam?
We have direct methods, which include no using a grammar structure, no translation.
No, we teach grammar structure, but we don't explain the rules.
Yes.
We teach, of course, we cannot teach a language without teaching grammar. But we don't tell the students this is verb, and this is object, and this is subject, and this is passive voice, and this is mubtada, and this is khabar. We don't teach them the terminology, and we don't explain rules. Like, for example, if we want to use the present tense, we don't tell them, okay, we add an s to that verb because when we have she, we have he, we have it, like this. We don't explain, but of course we cannot learn a language without learning how to use, how to make senses. So we teach them how to make senses, but not by teaching them grammatical terminology and by explaining grammar rules to them. We teach them how to use senses by practice. Okay, so what else?
Also, we have communicative method.
Communicative.
Method.
Okay, for example, when we use the direct method, and we want to, of course, when we teach a language, we need to teach all the language elements. The vocabulary, how to put words together to make senses, and also how to pronounce words correctly. Because sometimes two words, they are very close in pronunciation. They differ in one phoneme only. So we need to teach the students how to pronounce phonemes, how to pronounce vowels, how to pronounce consonants, how to pronounce words, and differentiate also between words that differ in one sound, like taht and taht بالعربي, in Arabic. Taht and taht. Now they differ in one sound, the ha and the kha. They are not the same. In Arabic, they are completely different. Taht means under, underneath. And taht means bed. Look at the difference in meaning. So if you say to a person, oh, it is taht, table, it will be meaningless. If you say, al-kitab taht at-tawla, it will be meaningless. Yani, book, a bed, table. It's like that. So it's nonsense. Yes, it's nonsense. Okay, so we teach vocabulary, we teach pronunciation, we teach also senses, sentence structure. How to put words together to make senses. Okay, vocabulary. According to the direct method, how do we teach vocabulary?
Repeating.
We want to teach the names of the fruits, the names of the animals, the names of the vegetables, the names of, let's say, the means of transportation, what we see in the street, through the window, the car, the snow, the buildings, the traffic lights. We want to teach all of those words. So, how do we teach new vocabulary?
The best way.
Do we write the names of the fruits, all the fruits, on the board? And then the students read them. And they are in second grade. They are in second grade only. They can't even read Russian yet. They don't read Russian very well yet. So how can they read English or Arabic? So, do we write the words for them on the board? How do we teach them the names of the fruits?
Showing the item of the fruit.
Yes. We show the item, we bring some fruit to the classroom, and then we show them.
For example,
They all know that this is an apple, and this is a banana, and this is an orange. They know. When they see it, they know. So there is no need to tell them, okay, this is a banana nauza or banana in Russian? There is no need because they know it. So they only need to hear the name of this fruit in the foreign language. If it's English, banana. If it's Arabic, mouse or nauza. If it's French, banana and banana. Okay, so we teach, how do we teach the verbs to them? Sit, stand, write, clean.
We show these actions?
Yes. You act. A teacher has to be a good actress. She should be able to demonstrate things, to do things in the classroom. Okay? She should not sit and just look like that at the students and the students sleep in the classroom. She should be very active, very energetic. And go here, go there, do this, do that, so that the students understand the action. Okay, so if we're teaching verbs, then we have to act. You clean, you write, you read, you open the door, open the window, sit, stand. You also have them do things. They do things, they act in the classroom. Okay, so what else? What else? Communicative. It means, what does communicative mean? Why do we learn language in the first place?
To communicate.
What do we use languages for? To communicate with other people. So when you communicate and you saw me come into the classroom, what did you say to me? You said, Salam alaikum. How are you doing? Right? So we need to teach them. We call these functions. We need to teach them functions, expressions that people use every day. If you, for example, if it's your birthday, I need to know what to say to you in Arabic, in English, in Russian, in French. Happy birthday. Or if your friend passed her exams, or graduated, you need to know that we say Mabruk or Mubarak in Arabic. Congratulations. Okay, so we also need to teach functions, everyday phrases that we use. Thank you, you're welcome, good morning, how are you doing? All of those, they are very important. You cannot learn a language without learning these daily expressions. Okay, so suppose we want to teach Arabic, okay, or English for 6 grade levels. 6 grade levels. How do we don't have a textbook. We need to make our own, design our own material. So, what do? How do we teach them vocabulary? How do we teach them grammar? First of all, we make a list of all the words that we want to teach to the 6 grade levels. Suppose you want to teach them 300 words per level. In English, back home, they teach them 500 words per year. 500, 500, 500, so 6 years times 500, that's 3,000 words. They finish high school and the students should know 3,000 words. So, in Arabic, let's say we want to teach them 300 words. So, we need to make a list of those words, the important ones. So, which words should we teach to the students? We make a list of 2,000 words, and those words should be the most commonly used words. And also, because they are children, most of the words should be tangible, concrete, fruits, vegetables, animals. No, tangible, it means words that they can feel, they can see, they can taste. Not abstract. Abstract later on, at an advanced stage, when they are older. But when they are young, the words have to be concrete. Okay, so we make a list of words, we categorize the words, names of fruits, vegetables, clothes, school stuff, classroom, house, rooms in the house, and what each room is called, what's there in the room, for example, bedroom. Things in the bedroom, bed, table, dresser. We teach them these. Okay? Street. What children see in the street. Means of transportation. Shop. Supermarket. What they see in the supermarket. We also need to teach them the mobile, internet, application. Because they use these things. Even when they are 3 years old. They know in Arabic, my nieces and nephews' children, and they are 2 and 3, they know all the mobile terminology. Yes, they say themes, show me the themes that you have, the ringtones that you have, the backgrounds that you have. And when I heard him and he was 2 and a half, oh, I was amazed that the 2-year-old knows the word ringtone and theme and background. Yes, maybe in Russian they are the same.
Yes.
They are very smart. Kids are very smart nowadays. It's not like when I was a kid, I didn't know anything of these. We had no mobiles, no phones, nothing. Okay, so we make lists of words in categories, and then we divide them into 6 groups. 1 group for level 1, 1 group for level 2, 1 group for level 3, 1 group for level 4, 1 group for level 5, 1 group for level 6. This is how we do it. And the words should be graded in difficulty level. We start with easy words, things that are in the children's environment, the fruits that they eat, the clothes, their clothes, the animals, they love animals, the colors, the numbers, and means of transportation, car, bus, train, plane. We can teach part of those in level 1 and then another part in level 3 or level 2 or level 4. So we choose the easy ones for level 1 and the more difficult ones for another level. They don't have to learn all of them. So days of the week, months, telling the time. It doesn't have to be in level 1 because it's difficult. Even in their native language, a child who is 6 or 7 or 8 cannot tell the time, probably. But they know the colors, so they can learn the colors. Maybe part of the colors, not all the colors, few colors, and then later on at another level, they learn the colors. Okay, so this is how we go about teaching or deciding which words to teach to children. So, the words that we teach to children, elementary school and junior high school children, students, first of all, they should be tangible. Tangible. They should be able to see them, to feel them, to taste them. If you want to teach sweet and salty and something is hot, black pepper. So we bring some candy and let them taste. And we hot, cold. We bring something cold, something hot, and we have them taste and drink. So we use tangible things. And also we teach them things in the environment, in their environment. What they eat, what they wear. If they go to the garden, for example, to play, what they see in the garden, just few words from the garden. Tree, flower, swing, run, play, ball. Okay? So, we teach the kids, we teach the students things in their environment. And then they have to be graded. We start with easy, limited, and then we go up a little bit more difficult, and we expand a little. And then a little bit more difficult, and then we expand a little and more detailed. More detailed, and so on. Okay, now grammar. We do the same thing. We make a list of all the grammatical structures in the language, the important ones. As I told you, we don't teach them very advanced structures. The most common structures that people use every day. We make a list. And the same thing, all the structures. We decide, we have to divide the list into stages. Okay, stage 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Suppose students study a foreign language just in 6 grades. 6 grades, 6 levels. So, we divide the list of grammatical structures into 6 groups. Easiest, very easy, a little bit more difficult, more detailed, a little bit more difficult, and so on. Short, a little longer, a little longer. Okay, so we start with short, very easy, very simple, and also tangible. Things that students can feel. For example, when we teach the fruits, banana, apple, orange. So, which structure is suitable for these? ما هذا؟ هذا كتاب. What's this? Or هذه تفاحة. ما هذه؟ هذه تفاحة. ما هذه؟ هذه برتقال. هذه موز. ما هذا؟ هذا ولد. هذه بنت. هذا كرسي. هذا قلم. هذا كتاب. So, the structure is very easy, very short. We don't teach singular, plural together. No. First we teach singular. Later on, we teach plural, but not together. They will get confused. Now, every time we teach new words, we use the same simple structure. ما هذا؟ هذه سيارة. أو هذه سيارة. ما هذا؟ هذا سوق. ما هذا؟ هذا باص. أو ما هذه حافلة. Okay. So, in level 1, what I did, I made a list of the structures and the functions. And then divided them into groups. From easiest, very easy, to more difficult, more difficult, more difficult. And from concrete to less concrete, less concrete, less concrete. Okay, so the part in red over here, this is for the teacher. For you, as a teacher. You don't teach the students. Okay, so we teach them, for example, level 1, Assalamu alaikum. And they also learn the answer, wa alaikum assalam. And then, please sit down. Have a seat or sit down. Sit down. اجلسوا. اقفوا. اجلسوا. طيب. Also, for example, وهم يتعلمون كلهم شكرا. قفوا. تعال. اذهب. اجلس. Imperatives. كمان. We need, you tell each other, افتح الشباك. افتح الباب. اغلق الباب. اكتبي. انظر. اكتب. So, we need some imperative verbs. Okay, then you introduce yourself. They need to know how to introduce themselves. اسمي ريما, اسمك سارة, اسمها سلمى, اسمه سام. Now, we don't teach all the pronouns to level 1. Just part of the pronouns. 4. And then later on, we teach the other pronouns. But we don't teach them all together. Okay? And then the question. ما اسمي? ما اسمك? ما اسمه? ما اسمها? Look, short, 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 short. And they need this. Okay. Then, أنا, they should know. أنا, وأنت, وأنت, وهم, وهي, وهو, وهم, وهن, أنتم. Okay, so they need أنا معلمة أو أنا أستاذة، أنت طالب، هي طالبة، هو طالب، هما طالبان، هما طالبتان، هما طالبات. لكن ممكن نقسمها. We can divide them. Teach 4 at a time. Half of them. We can teach the singular first and then the plural. Okay? But not like next week. Maybe after a month. And then question. Now we teach the question and the answer together. teach question, answer. But these are for the teacher, for you, not for the students. We don't tell them, okay, Anna, and we translate. They learn it by action. Okay. Also, we teach simple words. For example, سيارة, حافلة, حقيبة, تفاحة, سرير, غرفة, كرسي, باب, شباك, نافذة, ملابس, قميص, بنطلون, حذاء, جوال, فستان, تنورة, مدرسة, فصل, معلم, أستاذ. We have 2 words. طالب, كتاب, قلم, حقيبة, حاسب, جوال, مسجل, سماعات, تلفزيون. اوكي، هنا الفواكه، كأس، صحن، قدر، مقلة، ملعقة، شوكة، سكين. The kitchen utensils. عين، رأس، شعر، فم, parts of the body. They need, 2-year-olds, they know this is my mouth and ear, and in Arabic mothers, they would make it like a game. Where's your mouth? And the babies would say like this. Where's your eye? And he'd go like this. Sometimes they put their finger in their eye. Your ear, and they are clumsy a little bit, so they will do rough things. Okay, also the animals. أرنب, كلب, حصان, حمار, خروف, أسد, حمامة, قطة, بقرة. Okay, drinks. شاي, قهوة, عصير, لبن, حليب. Family. أمي, أبي, أخي, أختي, عمي, خالي, عمتي, خالتي. We teach half of them. We don't teach them all at the same time. We teach half of them, like four of them. And then next time, another time, later, we teach another 4. Okay, countries, فرنسا, بريطانيا, ألمانيا, أمريكا, إسبانيا, الجزائر, السعودية, مصر, باريس, لندن, الرباط. Okay? So, when we teach the country, we choose countries that are close in pronunciation to the native language, because they will be easier to remember. And we can use a map. Although kids, they don't know the map very well, but we can teach these later, not necessarily to level 1. Okay, الأيام السبت, الأحد, الاثنين, ثلاثة, الأربعاء, الخميس, الأشهر يناير, فبراير. We teach the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we use the same question. ما هذا؟ ما هذه؟ هذا كتاب، هذا قلم، هذا كرسي، هذا ولد، هذا قطار، هذه بنت. Of course, because in Arabic we have masculine and feminine, so we have to teach both singular, masculine, singular, feminine at the same time. For feminine, to illustrate the meaning, we use boy, girl. هذا ريناد، هذه مريم. هذه جولناس، هذه ريناد. هذا ولد. Okay, هذه بنت، هذه طاولة، هذه سيارة، هذه حافلة. We don't have to tell them feminine, masculine, this and that. We don't have to. We associate with هذا with هذه. First we teach boy, girl. هذا ولد, هذه بنت. They will understand. Okay. So the words are in groups. Okay. Also, first we start with easy questions. Now, yes, no question. هل هذا كتاب؟ نعم، هذا كتاب. لا، هذا ليس كتاب. هل هذا قلم؟ نعم. هل هذا قلم؟ لا. هل هذا محمد؟ نعم. هل اسمه سامي؟ نعم. هل اسمها هدى؟ أو هل اسمها مريم؟ لا. Okay, so the idea of masculine and feminine, how do we teach them, especially in languages that do not have gender, like English? They don't have gender in English. But in Arabic we have gender, in French, in German, in Spanish, in Russian, there is gender. In Turkish there is no gender. In Malay there is no gender. Okay, so by contrast, هذا ولد, هذه بنت, هذا محمد, هذه سارة, محمد ولد, سارة بنت. Okay? We put the words in new combinations. The words that they already know, we put them in new combinations. سارة بنت, محمد طالب, سارة طالبة, أنا معلمة, هو طالب, هو ولد. من السعودية. وأنت من قزان، من روسيا. أنت من فرنسا. هي من فرنسا. هو من أمريكا. طيب. Then we need to teach also the question. من أين أنا؟ من السعودية. من أين هو؟ من روسيا. من أين هي؟ من ألمانيا. من أين أنت؟ من روسيا. طيب. Then we teach المثنى. ولد، ولدان. And when we teach المثنى the dual, يعني plural for two, we teach the same words that the students already know. They studied qalam, they studied book, apple, orange. So we show them 2 oranges, 2 books, 2 pens, 2 cars, if we have little toys. Okay? 2 mobiles. The words that they already know, that they have already studied. We use 2 and we show them. برتقالة، برتقالة، برتقالتان. تفاحة، تفاحة، تفاحتان. كتاب، كتاب، كتابان. Together. كتابان. Okay. There is one important rule to remember. If you teach new vocabulary, the structure should be familiar. The students should know the structure. We don't teach new vocabulary and new grammatical structure at the same time. Only one thing should be new. If we teach new vocabulary, the structure should be familiar. If we teach a new structure, the vocabulary should be familiar. Only one new thing at a time. So, if we want to teach the dual, then the words, they should already have studied the word walad, kursi, bint, tawla, qalam, kitab, tufaha, sayyara. And the new structure is the dual, plural for 2. And then, mahadan, mahatan, because they always hear the question. We teach the new word, mahada, by using mahada, and then right away the question. So, mahadan, hadan, waladan. Mahatan, hatan, bintan. Hatan, tawilatan. Hatan, burtuqalatan. Hatan, tufahatan. Mahadan, hadan, kursiyan. Waladan, tilmidan, taliban, basan, wahakadha. Okay? To teach the plural, the same rule. No new structure, vocabulary. We use old vocabulary the students already know, they have learned. ولد, كرسي, تفاحة, قلم, دفتر, كتاب, غرفة, طاولة, قطار, طيارة, وهكذا. We show 3, 4, 5 so that they know. And then we contrast. We show 1 book, kitab. And then 5 books together. We put them here. كتب, كتب, كتب. ما هذا؟ هذا كتاب. ما هذه؟ هذه كتب. وهكذا. Okay. ما هذه؟ ما هؤلاء. Always answer and question. Question and answer. All the time. Now the colors. Also we teach the colors. أبيض, أحمر, أصفر, أسود, بني, أزرق, أخضر, برتقالي. طبعا all of those are masculine. So, we use words that the students already know. Book. ونقول كتاب أخضر. They see the color. كتاب أخضر. كتاب أحمر. قلم أحمر. قلم أصفر. We can bring pens and pencils and books colorful from home. All colors. And we show them. قلم أحمر. قلم أصفر. قلم أخضر. قلم برتقالي. قلم أسود. وهكذا. So that they know we are teaching the colors. We use the same object, but different colors. So that they know the focus here is on the color. Kitab, we bring different colors. Kitab, 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 aswad, kitab, ahmad, kitab, azraq, kitab, akhdar, kitab, bunni, kitab, برتقالي. Then we have to teach the question. ما لون الكتاب؟ أحمر. ما لون الباب؟ بني. ما لون الطاولة؟ بني. ما لون الجدول؟ أزرق. ما لون القلم؟ برتقالي. وهكذا. Okay. We also need to teach الملكية اللي هي the possessive. Possessive. When I say my book, his book, her book, their book, our book. Okay? Our classroom. So, first we start with four only. كتابي, كتابه, كتابها, and كتابك, كتابك. And then next day or a week later, we teach the rest of the pronouns. But we use an object that the students already know. Kitab, an object from my back here. Okay? Take one from here so that they know that this is for me. It's not for someone else. Okay. Qalami. 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 And then you go there and you take her pen and you say qalamuha, 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 qalamuha. Okay, you hold it and they see it. Okay? So, and then we need to ask the question. لمن هذا القلم؟ لك. لمن هذا القلم؟ لي. أنا أقول, I say about myself, me, and for me, and you say for you. لك. أنا أقول لي. Okay? So هنا. لي, لك, له, لها, لهن, لهم. Okay, we teach half of them in one class, and then we teach the second half in another class. So we teach the question, we teach the answer, the lucky, and we teach these, this and these together. Because this is the answer, لي. لي. قلم. لمن هذا القلم؟ لي. ولمن ذاك الجوال؟ لها. Okay? Because this is the answer, and that's, we use that in the question. Okay. We also teach prepositions or adverbs of place and time. So, okay, ممكن I can say, okay, here. أين القلم؟ القلم، انظروا. أين القلم؟ في الحقيبة. في الحقيبة. القلم في الحقيبة. طيب، وأين من؟ المنديل مثلا. أين هو؟ لا في. هنا المنديل. المناديل. أين هي؟ في الحقيبة. أقلام هنا في الحقيبة. طيب، أريد أن أضع أين الحقيبة؟ هنا. على الكرسي. طيب، وهنا أين الحقيبة؟ على الطاولة. طيب، أين الكمبيوتر هنا؟ على الطاولة. طيب، وأين الماء؟ الماء. هذه صعبة. طيب، أين القارورة؟
على الطاولة.
على الطاولة. أوكي، فنحن نعلم أوكي فوق، على، تحت، أو فوق، تحت، في، على the prepositions. And we use action. We change. We put the pen in the book, we put it in the bag, we put it in the basket, and so on. And then we have to ask the question. أين الولد؟ في الصف. أين البنت؟ في الصف. أين مريم؟ في الصف. أين الولد؟ في الشارع. أين السيارة؟ في الشارع. أوكي؟ أين القلم؟ في الحقيبة. أين القلم؟ في الكتاب. If you put it inside. Okay. So we teach start with the present. ما في قلم. طيب اوكي. قلم، هذا قلم. أنا أكتب. أنا أكتب. أنا أكتب. أنا أكتب. And then أنا أمسح. Okay? We do just 2 words. Only 4 long ones. Okay? أنا أجلس. أنا أقف. أنا أجلس. طيب وهكذا. أنا أشرب. Now, they understand that this is present. They know that this is present. I'm doing it now. Okay? I am doing it now. Tomorrow, I ask about what I did the previous day. Yeah, suppose yesterday we were here in the classroom and I wrote on the board and I cleaned the board and I sat and I drank and I did all of these things. So I asked them, أمس ماذا فعلت أمس؟ وأسأل ماذا يفعل محمد؟ ماذا أفعل؟ الآن ماذا أفعل؟ ماذا هنا؟ أوكي أنا من أوكي أنا أكتب. أوكي أنا أحب قلم. أنا أكتب. أنا أكتب. أوكي طيب والآن ماذا أفعل؟ أنا أمسح. ماذا أفعل؟ أنا أمسح. أنا أمسح. ماذا أفعل؟ أنا أمسح. والآن اسمك سارة. أنت من حزن. أنت طالبة. أنا أكتب. أوكي أنا أكتب على سبورة. أنا أكتب وأنا أرسم هنا. أنا أرسم. أوكي أنا الآن أنا أمسح. ماذا أفعل؟ أنا أمسح. ماذا أفعل؟ أنا أمسح. وهنا أوكي ماذا أفعل؟ أنا أجلس. ماذا أفعل؟ أنا أجلس. وماذا أفعل؟ أنا أقف. أنا أجلس. أنا أقف. ماذا أفعل؟ أنا أقف. والآن ماذا أفعل؟ أنا أشرب الماء. أنا أشرب الماء. Okay. So we teach tenses by action. We start with the present. Tomorrow we ask about yesterday. So ماذا فعلت أنا الأسبوع الماضي؟ أنا درست. ماذا فعلت؟ أنا شربت. أنا ذهبت إلى السوبر ماركت. أنا ذهبت إلى السوق. أنا اشتريت حليب. أنا اشتريت فواكه. الأسبوع الماضي ذهبنا معا. ذهبنا إلى السوق. ذهبنا إلى السوبر ماركت وأكلنا. الأسبوع الماضي نحن أكلنا في المطعم. أكلنا خبز ودجاج وشربنا قهوة وبيبسي وعصير وحليب كل هذه. وأمس جلسنا في الصف. ماذا فعلنا أمس؟ جلسنا وأيضا وقفنا وشربنا. ماذا شربت أمس؟ قهوة. ماذا شربت أمس؟ شاي. ماذا شربت أمس؟ حليب لبن. أوكي؟ So طيب غدا ماذا سنفعل غدا؟ سنأتي إلى الصف. سنأكل. سنشرب. سنكتب. سنجلس. سنقف. So we use the questions, just very short questions, 3 words maximum, and then these verbs يكتب يلعب يقرأ يشرب يركب يفتح يغلق يجري يجلس يشاهد يغسل تكتب تلعب. Okay, أكتب ألعب. So these are tangible verbs. Tangible. We can do them in the classroom. We don't teach abstract verbs. Later, abstract verbs after 6 years, after 5 years, 5 levels. Not now. Not for beginners. Okay. يقرأ. For example, أنا أمسح. ماذا أمسح؟ السبورة. ماذا أمسح؟ أنا أمسح السبورة. هذه سبورة. أنا أمسح السبورة. ماذا أشرب؟ أنا أشرب ماء. هنا ماء. هل هذا لبن؟ لا. هل هذا حليب؟ لا. قهوة؟ لا. ماء. أنا أشرب ماء. طيب يقرأ محمد الكتاب. يأكل محمد التفاح. يركب ريناد السيارة. يلعب أحمد كرة السلة. ماذا يأكل محمد؟ التفاح. ماذا يقرأ محمد؟ الكتاب. ماذا تأكل سارة؟ التفاح. تقرأ سارة الكتاب، تأكل سارة التفاحة، تركب سارة السيارة، تلعب سارة كرة السلة. Okay. Yeah, we make them longer, little by little. Just 3 words. Subject, verb, object. But we don't tell them, this is subject, this is object, this is verb, this is feminine, this is masculine, an agreement, and this and that. Because children, they don't understand these things. Even when you teach them in Russian, subject, object, verb, feminine, masculine, they get confused, they don't know. They speak without knowing, right? Even 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, they know this is plural, this is singular, this is feminine, this is masculine without having studied grammar. Do we teach grammar to small children, 3-year-olds and 4-year-olds? We don't. But still, they can use the language.
Excuse me, can I come out?
Yeah, sure. We also teach يكتب محمد بماذا؟ بالقلم. أنا أكتب بالقلم. أم أكتب بيدي؟ بالقلم. أنا أكتب بالقلم. أنا أكتب بالقلم. طيب يأكل محمد بالملعقة. يشرب محمد بالكأس. تكتب سارة بالقلم. تأكل سارة بالملعقة. تشرب سارة بالكأس. بماذا يكتب محمد؟ بالقلم. بماذا يأكل محمد؟ بالملعقة. بماذا يشرب محمد؟ بالكأس. بماذا يلعب محمد؟ بالكرة. So here we have verb, we have subject, and we have object of preposition. بالقلم. يعني plays with a ball and eats with a spoon. Okay, I sit, for example, on the chair. On the chair. To make sentences longer. I sit on the chair. On the chair is not an object. We call it object of preposition. Do you know it? Sit on the chair. Sit on the chair. On the chair is object of preposition. Prepositional phrase. You have a preposition and a noun. It's not like I drink water. I drink water, there is no preposition. So water is an object. But if I say I sit on the chair, we call it object of preposition. Similarly in Arabic. Same thing. أنا أجلس على الكرسي. We don't say I sit chair. What do you say in Russian? Do you say I sit chair? Of course not. In all languages. Even in French. Okay, and we teach العطف. Al-Jarf, when we have two people doing something together. For example, Maryam and Gulnaz, and Rinad and Ahmed, and Rinata and Sarah, wa Sarah. So in Arabic, and one letter, one, wa. Muhammad wa Ali, together. Muhammad wa Sarah. Muhammad wa Sarah wa Sami. Maryam wa Gulnaz wa Rinata. Or Maryam wa Gulnaz wa Sarah. What else? Samia. Okay. أنا أكل وأشرب. At the same time, you eat with one hand and you drink with this. أكل وأشرب. Together. أنا أجلس وأكتب. أو أنا أكتب وأقرأ. Here from the book and أكتب. أكتب وأقرأ at the same time. So we can have two verbs together. Two people, three people, four people together. أجلس ويجلس ويكتب. يأكل ويكتب. محمد وسارة. محمد وسارة وسامي. Sometimes two people play together. They do things together. يلعب محمد مع علي. Okay. يقرأ محمد مع سارة. تقرأ سارة مع هدى. تأكل سارة مع سلمى. And then the question, مع من يلعب محمد؟ مع علي. مع من يلعب علي؟ مع محمد. مع من تلعب سارة؟ مع هدى. مع من تأكل سارة؟ مع سلمى مع سارة. Okay. Now we have a verb, we have subject, we have prepositional phrase. يذهب محمد إلى المدرسة. We go to school. To school also object of preposition. يذهب محمد إلى السوق. I go to the market. I go home. هذه different. لكن بالعربي the same. يذهب محمد إلى البيت. يذهب محمد إلى المدرسة. إلى السوق. إلى البيت. إلى المكتبة. I go to the library. I go to school. I go to the market. I go to the supermarket. I go to the hotel. I go to the university. Two. Maybe in Russian it's the same. Is it the same? Of course. Yeah, should be. Okay, and okay, the question, إلى أين يذهب محمد؟ إلى أين؟ إلى المدرسة. إلى أين يذهب محمد؟ إلى السوق. إلى البيت. إلى المكتبة. إلى الجامعة. إلى أين تذهب سارة؟ إلى السوق. إلى المدرسة. إلى البيت. إلى الجامعة. إلى الفندق. إلى السوبر ماركت. Okay, now noun and adjective. For example, محمد نائم. محمد واقف. أنا واقف. محمد جالس. سارة نائمة. سارة واقفة. سارة جالسة. محمد طويل. محمد قصير. محمد صغير. كبير. سارة طويلة. سارة قصيرة. محمد نحيف أو سمين. محمد سريع. علي بطيء. سريع. البطيء. Okay. So, all of those طويل، قصير، صغير، كبير، طويلة، قصيرة، نحيف، سمين، سريع، بطيء، سريعة، بطيئة. نحيفة. سمينة. هذه adjectives. Yeah, but where is level 2? Come on. Oh, okay. Humor. Okay, and we have the future verbs. I don't know why when you change computers, things become a mess. Okay, now future. I mentioned this. سيكتب. سيلعب. ماذا سنفعل غدا؟ سنكتب. سنلعب. سنقرأ. سنشرب. سأبدأ. سأفتح. سأغلق. سأجلس. course, imperative, we can use this like every day we teach one verb. اكتب، العب، اقرأ، اسكتي، كلي، اشربي، اركبي، افتحي، اغلقي، اجري، اجلسي، قفي. والماضي هو كتب، لعب، قرأ، شرب. But we teach by action, like I explained before. The same verbs, when we teach the tenses, we don't teach new verbs, new words that are verbs. We use the old ones that the students already know, but we teach a new tense by action. Today, we begin with the present, and then the next day, we teach the past. And then later, 1 week later, 2 weeks later, we teach the future. But we use the same verbs that the students already know. We don't teach a new structure and new vocabulary at the same time. Okay, now in level 2, we teach some functions. كيف حالك؟ كيف أنت؟ كيف أنت؟ كيف حاله؟ كيف حالها؟ كيف حال أسرتك؟ طيب، وممكن هيا نذهب إلى السوق، هيا نلعب، هيا نمشي، هيا نركب السيارة، هيا نكتب. أخذناها هذه في الشارع، هيا. تذكرونها حين ذهبنا إلى السوق؟ هيا، طول الطريق وأنا أقول لكم هيا. هيا نقطع الشارع، هيا ننزل الدرج، هيا نصعد الدرج، هيا ندخل السوبر ماركت، المول، السوق. اوكي؟ طيب الجنسية nationality، أنا عربية، أنا سعودية، أنا عربية. ممكن شخص يكون فرنسي، أنا فرنسي، أنا إيطالي، أنا إسباني، أنا أمريكي، أنا فرنسية، أنا عربية، أنا مغربية، أنا مصرية، أنا أمريكية. وأنت روسية، وأنت روسية، وأنت روسي. أوكي؟ أنا عربية، أنت روسية. ونائلة روسية أو تتارية. والناس تتارية. مظبوط؟ صح؟ ورنا تتاري، أنت تتاري. أها، طيب. ومريم؟ تتاري. أنت قزانية. قزانية. مظبوط؟ من قزان. نعم. قزانية من قزان. وتتارية وروسية. اوكي. طيب، ممكن ناخذ الافعال في المستقبل لكن في المثنى. طبعا لا حين ندرس الافعال when we teach the tenses we don't teach the tenses with all the pronouns. The students will get confused. We teach them in small groups, just few pronouns at a time, 4 pronouns at a time. So here with level 2 we can teach the dual, plural for 2. سيكتبان، سيلعبان، سيقرآن، سيشربان، سيركبان، سيفتحان، يغلقان. The same verbs that the students already know, but we change the form into dual, plural for 2. Also, we teach the imperative, also مثنى, plural for 2. اكتبا، العبا، اقرأا، اشربا، اركبا، افتحا، اغلقا. وايضا the plural، اكتبوا، العبوا، اقرأوا. We can teach the plural together and we teach plural for many and plural for 2, also the dual together. كل واحد فيهم, not in the same class session. Then the same thing, we teach the past tense also for the dual, and then later for the plural. Okay, we tell the time. We teach the students how to tell the time. It's 7 o'clock, it's 8 o'clock, it's 7:30, it's 7:15. طبعا بالعربي يختلف عن الإنجليزي. It's different. In Arabic, it's different from English. Also the question, right away, we teach question and answer. What time is it now? It's 7 o'clock. Or 7:15, 7:30, 7:15 أو إلا 5 دقائق. طيب، في المستوى الثالث nothing. We don't have anything like that. Okay. Also, محمد ليس هنا. أنا لست طالبة. أنا لست روسية. محمد ليس مشغولا. النفيس مثلا ليس جميلا. هل تحبين الأزرق؟ لا أحب الأزرق. تحبين العصير؟ لا أحب عصير البرتقال. تحبين الخبز والجبنة؟ لا أحب الخبز والجبنة. لا أحب السلطة. سلطة الخضار لا أحبها. أيضا الاستفهام بكيف. كيف ذهب؟ كيف تأتون إلى الجامعة؟ بالباص. كيف تذهبين إلى البيت؟ بالسيارة. كيف ذهبنا إلى السوق؟ مشينا إلى السوق. أيضا لماذا؟ الاستفهام لماذا؟ لماذا ذهب محمد إلى المدرسة؟ أو لماذا تأتي مريم إلى الجامعة؟ لتتعلم. لماذا ذهبت سارة إلى المدرسة؟ لتتعلم. Okay. In Arabic, like English, we have words that take two objects. For example, like when I say, I'm giving the pen to Maryam. We have the same thing. I'm giving the pen to Maryam. Pen, one object, to Maryam, object of preposition is the other one. Or I gave Maryam the pen. So I gave Maryam the pen. Maryam one object, pen second object. بالعربي نفس الشيء. But we can teach these verbs like write, like give, show. Some verbs they take two objects, so we can teach these. But we use tangible. Same thing. Like when I gave her the pen, we don't have to explain anything. Qara, for example. Okay. Okay, so we have, I read a story to the boy. قرأت له كتابا. قرأ الكتاب له. Like English. أرسل إليه رسالة. I sent him a letter. Or I sent a letter to him. Okay. Now, level 4. We can teach plurals. We can teach masculine plural and feminine regular plural. يعني معلم معلمون، مهندس مهندسون، معلمة معلمات، مهندسة مهندسات، طالبة طالبات. Yes. وأيضا فعل وفاعل verb subject first object second object. Like give, sell, teach. I taught him English. I taught the students English. So I taught the students first object, English second object. Okay. Substituting the object with a preposition. أكل محمد تفاحة. فأكلها. I can say أكلها. He ate it. He ate it. ate. كتب محمد الدرس كتبه. أكلت سارة تفاحة أكلتها. كتبت سارة الدرس كتبته. لعبت مع الأولاد لعبت معهم. لعبت مع البنات لعبت معهن. أيضا المطابقة agreement when we say الولد ذهب البنت ذهبت الولدان ذهبا البنتان ذهبا. Of course this is a summary of when we teach any foreign language, it's better to integrate technology in teaching any foreign language, such as internet websites, mobile apps, BBC, things they can watch on BBC, they can watch on RT. There are things called podcasts, and podcasts are recordings from documentaries, news stories, all TV stations, BBC, Al-Jazeera, they have podcasts. And also, students can watch TV in Arabic, in English, in French, France 24, RT Arabic, RT English, BBC Arabic, CNN Arabic, and so on. Okay. Now I have some... okay, now this was the second half of the lecture that I gave before. So here I'm just giving an example of how we can make a list of the grammatical structures, whether in Arabic or in English or any other language, and then we order them from very easy to more advanced, more difficult, and then we group them. And for each level, we teach just one section, one part, one group of these structures. So with beginners, we use very short, 2 words, 3 words, not more, very simple structures, and we always teach the question and the answer together. And one important rule, if the vocabulary is new, you're teaching new words, you use a question that the students already know. If you want to teach them a new structure, then the vocabulary has to be old vocabulary that students have already studied. They already know. Okay, now we're going to move on to something completely different, and this you will work on it. Now I would like you to just take 5 minutes to think about the characteristics of a good teacher. For example, you had a good teacher. You studied how many years? 11 at school, 4 here at the university, 15 years. No, 13 years. Okay? For sure, you had a very good teacher somewhere. Maybe she taught you Russian, she taught you geography, history, chemistry, biology, math, whatever. So, why do you think that teacher is a good teacher? Why is she a good teacher? What are the characteristics of a good teacher? From your own experience, what did she do? What unique things she did that other teachers who are not as good, that they didn't do? I want you to take 5 minutes and think about any teacher. Try to remember any teacher, not necessarily a language teacher. And tell me, why do you consider her or him a very good teacher? What did she used to do that other teachers did not do? Why do you consider her excellent? Why do you still remember her after 13 years, or 10 years, or 3 years, or 5 years? Maybe you're having a good teacher now, while in college. I have no idea, of course. Okay, just start a new page and write just points. You don't have to write an essay. Just points, 5, 6 points. Why you consider this teacher a good one? I had many good teachers. Also students, many good students.